A special performance will soon take flight at an area high school. And here with a preview on our CI stage from the Urbana Pops Orchestra, we have principal conductor Stephen Larson and violinist as well as the Urbana Pops education coordinator Tamara joining us this afternoon. We appreciate both of you being here. Okay, you have a very exciting performance coming up with the Urbana Pops Orchestra. We're going to be kind of taking a flight through Urbana High School, I hear. Yes. Tell me about this performance.
Well, it's on June 11th at 7 p.m. at the high school. It's a free performance with our full orchestra. It's called Pops on the Prairie, and we're celebrating all things musical about where we live here on the prairie. We'll open with Copeland's Rodeo, which has that famous "It's Beef, It's What's for Dinner's" song.
Okay.
We'll be celebrating musicians in our community by playing Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto in E minor, and also some of the cast of Urbana Park District's Newsies. And then we're also celebrating how we live here in Urbana-Champaign with a digital rendering of how Urbana High School looked when it opened in 1914.
And this is what we're seeing now. So
yes.
This is from back in 1914, what it would have looked like.
Oh, yes. So you imagine you're a barn owl who has just flown over to the high school on November 17th, 1914, and a door opens and you're whisked inside and you get to fly around the brand new pristine building, ready for classes, ready for students, just as it looked.
Very cool. Is there some significance to the date, November?
The school was intended to open in September of 1914, but actually there was a fire in the basement. And they had to be delayed for a couple of months, so that's when that opened.
Okay, so Tamara, these are all original pieces. How did you all come up with them, and the inspiration obviously being the Prairie of Illinois?
Well, that would be a Stephen Larson question.
Oh, okay,
He's
Stephen.
a conductor.
This is actually a concert that's been delayed since June of 2020. We had the musicians engaged, we had everything ready to go, we had the video, we had the music, of course we had to delay. So some of it is the same, some of it is different, but really we wanted to celebrate music here in Illinois and celebrate our young musicians and give the kids in the orchestra also an opportunity to play with our professionals.
And a little extra time to get it just right.
Oh, yes.
For now. Well, then Tamara, tell me a little bit about your role with the Urbana Pops Orchestra.
I play violin, but I also am the educational coordinator, and I'm the person who reaches out to the students and gets them organized and figures out what part, if they're first violin, second violin, or viola or cello bass, and if they're able to play with us, because the music is of professional level. And one thing that's really, really exciting, the kids that are coming to us are they're so diverse. Obviously, the majority are high school students. Sometimes we have, middle school kids, but mostly high school students, and their skills are just extraordinary, and they play all over the place. So you have students who have been studying with private teachers, who have been in a lot of different ensembles, but you also have students who are not as fortunate to experience those things, who are just working really hard, and they're getting those experiences too, and that's what I love about it. And they're being mentored by professional musicians and educators, and it's just great. And then they come together, and it's like,
yeah,
it's exciting. It's very exciting.
And you know what else is exciting? You actually have a violinist who won this year's Urbana International Music Competition participating in this program. Tell me a little bit about Noelle.
Wow. Well, Noelle I've known for several years, and it is her birthday today, so she did not want me to say that, I think. But Noelle, she has studied very hard. She has been in lots of different ensembles, but one thing that's always caught my eye about her is when she plays, you can tell she just loves it. And you'll get to see that in a minute. But I mean, I could go on and on about her, but she's wonderful. And again, I teach Urbana High School Orchestra, and I always talk about her and to try to engage the students to really enjoy playing the music. And you can see it when she plays.
Yes, well, we are looking forward to having a performance with her coming up in just a little bit. We're about out of time, so quickly give us kind of the rundown of the show, when people can come. It is a free performance.
It's a free concert. It's on June 11th at 7 p.m. at Urbana High School in the auditorium.
Okay, and what do you hope people enjoy the most?
I hope they enjoy hearing some wonderful live music and getting to see young people succeed as well while playing music.
Very well, and hopefully some inspiration too for some future violinists that can participate in your program. We appreciate both of you being here, and we will have a performance coming up in a moment. In the meantime, if you want to learn a little bit more about the Pops on the Prairie performance with the Urbana Pops Orchestra happening there at Urbana High School, we'll connect you at stayliving.tv.